Estimating square footage per member for a fitness club involves considering the type of club, its amenities, and its location. A general range to consider for a low-cost budget gym is 50 to 75 square feet per member. For mid-range fitness centers, the range is 75 to 125 square feet per member. High-end fitness clubs typically require 125 to 250 square feet per member. To estimate the appropriate bid amount, multiply the square footage of the space by the average square footage per member for the type of fitness club you plan to operate. For example, for a mid-range fitness center, you might estimate an average of 100 square feet per member. If the space size is 3,000 square feet, the estimated membership capacity would be 3,000 divided by 100, which equals 30 members. The estimated rent per square foot for a fitness club varies widely depending on the location, market conditions, and lease terms. A reasonable range to consider is $10 to $25 per square foot per year. As an example, if the estimated rent price is $15 per square foot per year and the space size is 3,000 square feet, the estimated annual rent would be 3,000 square feet multiplied by $15 per square foot, which equals $45,000. Once you have estimated the membership capacity and rent, you can compare your bid to other similar spaces in the area. Consider factors such as location, amenities, and competition. If your bid is significantly higher or lower than comparable spaces, it may be necessary to adjust your offer or re-evaluate your business model. Keep in mind that these are just estimates, and the actual cost may vary depending on specific circumstances. Consulting with a real estate professional or industry expert is always advisable for more accurate guidance. When considering a space, think about the various areas required for a functional fitness club. Firstly, there's the workout floor, which needs ample space for equipment like treadmills, ellipticals, weight machines, and free weights. Consider the layout and spacing between machines to ensure members can move freely and safely. Secondly, group fitness studios are essential for classes like yoga, Zumba, and spin. Each studio should be large enough to accommodate a class of a reasonable size, typically between 15 and 30 people, depending on the club's focus. Adequate ventilation and soundproofing are crucial for these areas. Thirdly, locker rooms and changing areas are necessary for members to store their belongings and change before and after workouts. The size and number of lockers should be proportional to the estimated membership capacity. Showers and restroom facilities must also be factored into the overall square footage. Fourthly, consider specialized areas like a cardio zone, a weightlifting zone, and a functional training area. Each of these zones requires specific equipment and spacing. For instance, a weightlifting zone needs enough room for benches, squat racks, and platforms with adequate safety margins. Fifthly, a reception area is important for greeting members, handling inquiries, and managing memberships. This area should be welcoming and efficient, with enough space for staff and waiting members. A small retail area for selling merchandise or supplements can also be included here. Sixthly, administrative offices are necessary for managing the business operations of the fitness club. This includes space for staff offices, meeting rooms, and storage. The size of the administrative area will depend on the number of employees and the complexity of the business. Seventhly, consider additional amenities like a juice bar, a childcare area, or a physical therapy clinic. These amenities can attract more members and differentiate the fitness club from competitors, but they also require additional space. The square footage allocated to these amenities should be carefully considered based on market demand and budget. The layout of the fitness club should promote a smooth flow of traffic and minimize congestion. Consider the placement of equipment and the arrangement of different zones to optimize member experience. Clear signage and wayfinding are essential for helping members navigate the space. The interior design should be visually appealing and create a positive atmosphere. Use colors, lighting, and materials that are consistent with the brand identity of the fitness club. Consider incorporating motivational graphics and artwork to inspire members. Compliance with accessibility standards is crucial for ensuring that the fitness club is accessible to people with disabilities. This includes providing accessible entrances, restrooms, and equipment. Consult with an architect or contractor who is familiar with accessibility requirements to ensure compliance. Before signing a lease, conduct a thorough due diligence of the property. This includes inspecting the building for any structural issues, environmental hazards, or code violations. Review the lease agreement carefully and negotiate favorable terms. Consider factors such as rent escalation, lease duration, and renewal options. Obtain professional advice from a real estate attorney or consultant to ensure that the lease agreement protects your interests. Remember to factor in the cost of renovations and improvements when estimating the overall budget for the fitness club. This includes costs for flooring, lighting, painting, and equipment installation. Obtain multiple bids from contractors and suppliers to ensure competitive pricing. Create a detailed budget and track expenses carefully to avoid overspending. Ongoing maintenance and repairs are essential for keeping the fitness club in good condition. This includes regular cleaning, equipment servicing, and repairs to the building and grounds. Set aside a budget for maintenance and repairs and schedule regular inspections to identify and address any issues promptly. Marketing and advertising are crucial for attracting new members and retaining existing ones. Develop a comprehensive marketing plan that includes online and offline strategies. Use social media, email marketing, and local advertising to reach potential members. Offer promotions and incentives to encourage people to join the fitness club. Providing excellent customer service is essential for creating a positive member experience. Train staff to be friendly, helpful, and knowledgeable. Respond promptly to member inquiries and complaints. Solicit feedback from members and use it to improve the fitness club. Staying up to date on industry trends and best practices is crucial for maintaining a competitive edge. Attend industry conferences and trade shows to learn about new equipment, technologies, and marketing strategies. Network with other fitness club owners and managers to share ideas and best practices. Continuously evaluate and adapt the business model to meet the changing needs of the market. Estimating the appropriate square footage per member and calculating the rent are essential steps in the process of bidding on a lease space for a fitness club. By considering these factors carefully and seeking professional advice, you can increase your chances of success. Also, remember to review the occupancy requirements for the local municipality and the location you have chosen. The city will require adequate parking and occupancy load calculations. Contact them early in the process to avoid surprises as you proceed to build out the property. These requirements can increase the costs and may be required to be included in the business plan. The requirements and limitations could impact the bid in either direction. For instance, some locations may not allow occupancy after a certain hour. This will have a significant impact on your business plan, since many fitness clubs rely on late-night occupancies. Similarly, early morning restrictions could impact profitability. These types of restrictions will allow you to better refine your bid to account for this reality. You may want to request permits to allow for more than the typical allowance, and that could increase the bid that is offered, or may cause you to walk away entirely if they are too restrictive. A parking variance could be another issue that would impact the bid price, particularly if the landlord of the property is unwilling to pay for this variance. In general, it is in your best interest to get the governing municipality on your side as soon as possible to prevent costly surprises later on. Building a relationship early on in the process can ease the process and provide you with realistic expectations that will assist in formulating the bid. You can also search for recently sold businesses of the same type that are in the area to see what they sold for. This is a public record and can be reviewed. However, the prices paid will depend on the amount of equipment and whether the business was an existing franchise. This will provide a comparison with other businesses that can assist with the overall estimate. Similarly, if you see that there have been many businesses selling of this type, it can indicate a poor overall economic environment for that business in that location. Check the proximity of other fitness clubs as well. If there are many in the area, your bid would have to reflect this reality. Perhaps one of the other clubs may be planning to sell, and you may consider purchasing that business rather than developing an entirely new location. This would come at a premium, but might save a lot of time and effort in the long run. This would also depend on their reputation and equipment. Equipment is very expensive, so you have to factor in not only the building construction and refurbishment costs, but also the workout equipment costs. The layout also depends on the electrical and water supply. Fitness clubs will require a large amount of electricity to power the workout equipment and lighting, and the water supply is also a concern for the showers, toilets, and sinks. If you have a pool, then this will be a major cost consideration as well. Also, water and electricity costs are constantly on the rise. The bid must account for these costs or have some adjustment mechanism that will not surprise the new members. Otherwise, you may lose them to competitors who offer a stable price for the same services. Ensure that your business plan can account for a large number of cancellations, particularly around the new year where people abandon their New Year's resolutions. The key here is to try to get members who will stay for a longer period, which means targeting a core group that is likely to stay for a while. The costs of repairs for the equipment should also be included in the bid. Workout equipment sees a lot of wear and tear and will need to be maintained or outright replaced on a periodic basis. This requires some expertise and is not always possible to repair the equipment on your own. The flooring is also an important consideration. Certain types of flooring can reduce injuries and are easier to clean. These types of flooring also require specialized installation and can impact the bid cost. Do not underestimate the costs of cleaning. With a lot of sweat and potential for bacteria and viruses, constant cleaning is required and is an ongoing expense. This means that either you or an employee will need to be constantly vigilant with hygiene. And if you hire employees, then this will require workers' compensation insurance, which also increases the bid costs. There is the potential to have people contract illnesses at the fitness club, and you have to be protected from liability. There may also be legal restrictions on the type of music that can be played at the fitness club. You can't simply play whatever music you want, or you will be liable for royalties, and this will also increase your operating costs. Background music is critical to ensure people are comfortable, motivated, and to not feel as if their conversations are being easily overheard. Silence is a big detractor to having people enjoy their workout and feel as if their privacy is intact. Similarly, make sure the climate is well controlled, with sufficient dehumidification and cooling. People will not want to work out if the location is too hot, or too humid, or too cold. This will drive away members, and must be factored into the ongoing operating expenses, which impact the bid. Consider the population density around the location. If there are few people around the fitness club, then this may not be a good location, unless the goal is to have a very specialized fitness club that people will travel a longer distance to attend. The location may also be in an area that is prone to flooding or other natural disasters. This can impact insurance costs and is also a factor in whether people will want to come to the fitness club. Also, if there are ongoing construction projects, this could be a hindrance for many years. The types of workouts that are planned will also impact the layout. For instance, some fitness clubs are now incorporating rock climbing, which requires very high ceilings and specialized safety equipment. The availability of the right trainers is also critical. People will want to have experienced and certified trainers to assist them. Some people may also want specialized trainers of a particular gender or background. The bid will have to account for trainer salaries, and that is very location dependent. You will likely need to start with trainers that are more junior and less expensive, and build up to the more senior and expensive trainers as the fitness club establishes a reputation. It is also important to consider how you will track attendance. This has become easier with barcode scanners, but there is a cost associated with both the equipment and the personnel to manage it. If you are targeting bodybuilders, then the equipment layout will be very different than if you are targeting yoga practitioners. You will also need to ensure that the ventilation can handle the smells from the workout, as some people will use a lot of different sprays and creams. The noise level will also be a factor. Some people prefer to grunt and yell as they lift weights, and some people will not enjoy this, and it can be quite distracting. The bid must consider whether noise dampening will be required. Also, ensure that the area is safe. If there is a high crime rate, people will not want to go to the fitness club, particularly at night. Good lighting, security cameras, and alarms are all necessary to ensure people feel safe. Also, you will need to have the right waivers and legal documentation to protect the fitness club from liability, particularly in cases of injury. Review your liability insurance requirements on a periodic basis. The location of electrical outlets can also influence the layout. Many treadmills will require 220-volt outlets, and these must be correctly spaced out. It is better to assume more outlets than less, since it will be difficult to add these later. Also, people will want to charge their phones, so this also requires easily accessible power outlets. Ensure that the water fountains are constantly maintained so that people have access to water. The cost of water should also be considered, particularly if the building owner charges for water usage. A water filter may also be required, since not all municipal water sources taste the same, and it can be quite unpleasant if the water tastes bad.